Today is August 7th, which means in 2 weeks, for the most part, most of us are starting school, and instead of making gains here and here, we're making gains inside of our heads with education. I'll be starting my sophomore year in college, and from there transferring to a university to continue my education in marketing and business management. Today I'm going to share my tips and tricks that I've done throughout my years in school, through middle school, through high school, and even my freshman year of college, all the way up till now, and how I've maintained a social life, a work life, a gym life, and getting my education at the same time. My name is Mikolajczak, and welcome to Mikolajczak Fitness YouTube channel. I've been wanting to make this video for a very long time now, talking about the tips and tricks of what I've done throughout my whole entire school life pretty much, and how I've maintained in the gym and been progressing in the gym as well, and also focusing on school at the same time. For a lot of us, right now we're going through school, we're trying to get gains in the gym, and we're also trying to make money and having a job and everything like that. Sometimes it can be very hard and very time consuming, and in fact, a lot of people actually quit inside of the gym too, because simply you feel like you don't have enough time. A lot of you guys go right from school, straight home to get a quick meal in, and then you guys go straight to work, and then work up till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then you're too tired to even go to the gym, and you go home, sleep, and repeat it over and over again. Well, this used to be kind of the case for me when I first started out in school too. I'd usually go to school, get off at about 3:20-ish, right around there, get home at about 3:40 and start work at about 4:15 and work till 8 o'clock. And I was always tired, I was always missing meals, and I was always making these excuses that I'd never have time to eat or cook or anything like that. And I feel like a lot of people are kind of the same too. When it comes to school, I feel like school is a huge priority as well, and focusing on your grades and everything. School has never been my strong point, but there have been things that have helped me get along and move along in getting my grades in my classes too as well. Number one tip I'd probably give to begin, probably before anything to be honest with you, is always cook your meals on a Sunday or Monday, or have something that's portable with you. And what I mean by that is every Sunday what I used to do is cook meals and have them throughout the week. Now it doesn't have to be all your 5 meals per day, which would, be about 25 meals in a week depending on your 4 or 5 day, how many days of school you have per week. But, I mean, just make a couple meals here and there that you can take to school. Realistically, you're only going to be getting 1 or 2 in when you go to school. So, have something simple like chicken and white rice. Or a lot of the times I've shown on my YouTube channel as well, like the Minute Maid rice is something quick that you can pop in the microwave in the morning so you're not in a rush boiling rice and everything like that. They literally take 60 seconds, some of them even 90 seconds. It all kind of depends on which rice you go with, to be honest with you. But something like that, and then pre-cook your chicken as well. You can literally get a package of chicken, throw some seasoning on there, make it in the oven the night before, stick it in there for about 30 minutes, and then boom, you got a meal right there. It's good, simple, clean food that you can eat throughout the day. Yes, I understand it may not be the most tasteful thing ever, but you're still getting your protein and carbs, and that way you don't have any excuses that you can't get a meal in throughout the day either. Another advice I'd give to as far as food and not making excuses is have a simple sandwich. Get some wheat bread, get some like turkey breast or ham that you can get protein from and low in fat, and just have that on the go. You can have that in between classes quickly, and it's a good way to get in protein as well, and also some carbs as well too. Another thing that I like doing is sometimes even bringing a scoop or two of protein. This will obviously get your protein in, and sometimes you can even supplement some type of carb powder in there as well if you actually want to go that far. If you don't want to go that far and you actually bring real food, what I used to do is bring a scoop of protein and then some type of fruit like a banana or some raspberries or even an apple here and there. I would snack on that throughout the day, that way I'm not hungry, and also I'm getting in my micronutrients and I'm getting in some carbs as well for energy throughout the entire day. Also, another thing that has helped me so much throughout my whole entire school life and my education and maintaining my gains and making gains inside of the gym is flexible dieting. I've talked about this so many times on my channel because it's something that I preach so much. And basically what flexible dieting allows is that you can go out to eat, you can pick the right foods and make it fit into your macros essentially. What a lot of people do is think, to make gains or lose weight you need to eat quote unquote healthy, but the way I look at it, there's no healthy or unhealthy foods. There's just more calorie dense foods more than others depending. So obviously an apple is going to have less calories than a cheeseburger for somewhere, but sometimes you can have that cheeseburger if you allow it to fit into your day. Yes, you may need to sacrifice some fats here and there and some carbs from the bun, but you just make it work. There's places I always like to suggest, I've talked about it before on my channel, if you're on the go and you're in the school life and everything like that, you can always fit in things like Subway and Chipotle are my 2 favorite things to go to. realistically speaking, you can really fit anything in and you can just make it work. So let's say if I go to Jimmy John's, I like to get the number 4. It's a turkey tom. Instead of having mayo on there, I usually take the mayo off. Sometimes I'll even take the top half off of the bread, so it's just the one side on the bread on the bottom, and just eat the sandwich like that. They even make better options at Jimmy John's too. That's just using a reference. Subway, I kind of do the same thing. I get the oven roasted chicken breast sandwich on wheat bread, no mayonnaise, no fattening sauces. I just do vegetables on there. Same thing with Chipotle. I like to go there, get a bowl with beans, chicken, and some salsa, and call it a day on there. I skip out on the guac, the cheese, and the, what else do you have there? Sour cream as well. I'll skip out on all of that too. Another thing too that has helped me a lot is basically having a plan throughout the day. What I used to do in school is say I would get this done, I would cook my meals, I would do this, that, you know, I would study, but I always forget to do it, and then it kind of becomes like this cluster inside of your head, and you forget to do the things altogether, and you just end up getting frustrated. I like to write my things down on like my iPhone, or even like sometimes a notepad. It all kind of depends on how I'm feeling that day or what I have on me that day as well. But I'll write them down so that way I don't forget. I like to have a plan throughout the day, that way I can execute each thing. So this time, you know, I'll wake up, you know, I'll get my stuff done, I'll cook my meals, or whatever I had from that Sunday before, I'll, you know, put in the microwave, warm up, I'll go to school, come home, I have my plan to go to work, right from work, come home, study a little bit, and then hit the gym, come home at about 10:30 and go to bed at about 11. That way I'm getting a good 7 to 8 hours of sleep. It all depends on when you start school and everything like that. But I had a planner throughout the day, and that really helped me out as well as far as my school life and everything like that as well. So basically my story is, when we start out in middle school weight training and everything like that, and when I was even doing cardio, there are some days that we'd even wake up before school at around 4:30, 5 a.m. and go to the local gym and work out. Honestly, this is one of the best workouts I've ever had, and probably the best schedule that I ever had, because first of all, I got the stuff done before the day even started. And I forgot who said it, but they'd always talk about how you were already in 5th gear comparing to people who are just waking up in 1st gear and haven't even started their day yet. I knew right when you wake up, you either get a meal in or you just take a pre-workout directly, which was honestly my favorite, because right when you take that pre-workout in the morning, you have nothing in your system, so it seems to hit you the hardest. You go to the gym, you kill it, and you know, you go on about your day, you're awake throughout the day. The only downside I found to this is that sometimes I'd go to the gym, if I didn't have time to get a meal in right away, or if I had to do something kind of a quick meal, I sometimes feel weak inside of the gym. You know, my lifts weren't always 100% there, but I still got it done. I still made progress in the gym, so that really helped as well. But as we got to high school, as we got to college and everything like that, basically the schedule became a little bit more, I guess, hard, you can say. You know, we started obviously get more work in high school, and even in college we get, you know, bigger essays and more homework and everything like that. So the way that I've been balancing that out is having my meals ready. I'll take that with me to go to college. I'll go on about my day. You know, college usually takes about 1 to 2.5 hours per day. And then directly after that, depending on my work schedule, I'd go right from class to the gym directly. I'd literally eat my meal as I'm going to my car, drive to my gym, which would take about 35 minutes to 50 minutes, and then go ahead and work out. It'd be a smaller meal, usually consisting of more carbs and a moderate protein and low fats. That way it can get in my system quicker, and also I wouldn't feel full, and then I'd go ahead and I'd work out as well. After that, I'd go ahead, get home, get my post-workout protein shake in, and then I'd go to my work, and then fall asleep, and then start the day over again. I feel like a lot of people make excuses, but you can always find ways to make it work when it comes to school, work, and also the gym. I've always found that, like, the gym, unfortunately I shouldn't be saying this, but I'll be honest, but I always prioritize the gym, right? If, you know, there was a day I got home from school and, you know, it came to going to the gym, or, you know, working out, or, you know, studying for, you know, some type of test or whatever, you know, I would always pick working out or going to the gym. You know, sometimes I'd do my workout at home, but, you know, I'd always prioritize that over studying, and that's the way I got it done most of the time, to be honest with you guys. And I'm kind of cramming that studying 1 or 2 hours, you know, instead of that 4 hours, you know, I should have been studying. But that's sometimes the way it has to go, and as long as you're passing your classes and getting good grades and making sure you're focusing on your education, you can still fit in the gym and everything like that. Hopefully guys, these tips and tricks will work out for you. Give them a shot. Tell me what you guys think of prepping your meals, focusing on study, and making time for the gym, and making time for a social life as well, and also getting that money through work as well too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for the 200 subscribers as well, and I'll see you guys in the next video.